Gonna be rebuilding part of the RX-8 transmission today because there is a grind going into 5th and 6th gear. Decided it's finally time to tear apart the transmission and replace the synchros. So yeah, gonna film a time lapse and go from there. Okay, the transmission is out. I love working on these things because they're so easy. It took me 45 minutes to pull the trans, and I'm not gonna be doing the clutch this time. Looks like it's already been done. It's an RX-8 clutch. So I got the basic shift unit disassembled and this top cover removed. I honestly don't really know what I'm even looking at, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So I'm gonna be replacing the synchros, these gold pieces in there. I just have to figure out how to disassemble the entire gear set, but I do have the service manual here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Ran into a minor issue. I don't have this special shop tool. It's like a special 2-jaw puller for the main shaft bearing, but I do have this differential bearing puller, and it just fits to the point where I was able to pull that bearing out. There she is. So yeah, got super lucky there. So how this works is that the inner jaws grab the inner race of the bearing, and it can be pulled off the shaft because it's a press fit. So yeah, again, I got super lucky because it was just long enough to fit over this main shaft. Okay, so I got most of the transmission, well, half of the transmission pulled apart. I'm kind of learning as I go. So I've pulled gears 3 and 4, and this is the last gear. So everything I kind of put in order the way I disassembled it. So when I reassemble it, I just got to go backwards. But yeah, this is how it looks like so far. I think I have to get to these 2 synchros, or these ones. I've yet to figure that out. But yeah, I'm gonna keep disassembling and following the shop manual. All right, that wasn't so bad, but the entire transmission is disassembled. I left the counter shaft in there because there's no need for me to replace anything with that. The rest of the transmission is all laid out here. It really wasn't too difficult. There's a lot of pieces, but if you keep all the gears together, none of the small pieces will fall out on you. So I believe I am trying to replace these synchros here, these 2, for gears 5 and 6. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then throw everything back together after I inspect the rest of the parts. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I've never taken apart a manual transmission before, so should be relatively easy to throw back together. So I got the OEM synchronizer rings here from Mazda. These are the revised versions of the old one that's worn. So this is a fully brass friction section, I guess you can call it. And then this one is completely different design. But this is my 5th gear that's been grinding. There's definitely there's a little bit of wear on the teeth, nothing too major. But yeah, it's been grinding for a while, so it's good that I can still reuse this component. But yeah, putting the old synchronizer ring on here, it just free spins. It doesn't matter how much pressure I put on it going this way, it just doesn't lock into place, so that's causing the grind. Whoops. And then with the new ring, with just gentle force, it grabs the entire shaft, so that's what we want to see. So yeah, excited to throw these in and get the car running good again. Alright, so I finished reassembling it. I resealed the entire transmission with new RTV. Just kind of threw the shifter in to see if everything works, and I got all gears. Alright, so I didn't film the install, but everything's buttoned up. I started at 10 in the morning, and then it's 5 o'clock now. It's pretty easy. Again, I've never disassembled the transmission before, but just so happens the RX-8 is very simple. So I'm just gonna fire it up and see if the wheels spin. I sure hope it does. Okay. All the gears feel good. First gear. Second gear. Third gear. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Reverse. Looks good to me. Just gotta drive the car around. The battery disconnected, so I gotta reset everything. But yeah, other than that, it's all good to go. Alright, so I did go for a quick drive, and indeed, there's no more grinding into fifth gear. So that is awesome. Ran out of road there, but into third, fourth, fifth, sixth, rev match back into fifth. Oh, feels good, feels good.